From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm Jonathan Amberian in Helena. Leaders are looking at making possible changes to the 988 crisis line system to make sure that callers are directed to a center close to them. I asked Montana leaders if they've seen a need for the change here in this state.
Police in Oregon move in to clear out yet another campus protest. I'm Jared Hill with President Biden's new critique of some of the violence.
And the fight to keep TikTok. We have more on the efforts to keep the app active after the government moves to ban the social media app. And the annual Give Big event is helping nonprofit groups across Gallatin County. Up next, see how that works for one local group. Alrighty, it is 6 o'clock, top of the hour on this Friday morning. Jane McDonald and Matt Elwell with you, and also Chet Lehman is with us all morning long, live in downtown Bozeman, running and walking for a pretty good cause for Give Big today.
I'm impressed. He's kept up the pace pretty well.
I mean, the amount of steps this man has already tracked before 7 a.m. it's impressive for anybody.
It really is. And of course, we're going to hear from Chet here in just a little bit. You can see conditions okay, a little bit of light snow in some areas in western Montana. But nothing that's going to be a big impact, at least for the valleys. We'll keep an eye on some of the area passes. I'll talk about that in just a little bit. Right now, temperatures into the 20s and low 30s. It is cool enough that we could see a few snowflakes, but don't look for anything significant to move out of that. We are seeing clearing skies as you go later into the day, and I expect tomorrow to be even warmer as we start to break the bank as far as temperatures are concerned. Daytime highs into the low 50s today. We're going to see the temperature spike to the 60s tomorrow, and then we have another cool down on the way. I'm going to talk more in depth about that in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Now, One Valley's Give Big event raises millions of dollars for nonprofits around Gallatin County. And our own Chet Lehman is live all morning long in downtown Bozeman, walking for a good cause. Good morning, Chet. How are you doing this morning?
Well, good morning, Jane. Thank you very much. We are running the mill for Cancer Support Community the 8th year. They've been a part of Give Big here on Main Street in front of the Bozeman Running Company. There has not been a time since I got here at 4 o'clock that these treadmills haven't had somebody on them. I just love that. Overnight, everybody participating as well. You mentioned, Jane, Give Big, a 24-hour fundraiser. This year, 273 nonprofits across Gallatin County hoping to raise $2 million. The four of us here at the Bozeman Running Company hoping to raise money for Cancer Support Community of Montana. That's, again, in its 8th year as a part of this, doing Run the Mill. We're going to talk with Casey from the Bozeman Running Company, a partner in this from the very beginning, about why he opens his doors all night long for this fundraiser. That, and I'm going to keep moving. We're at 2.99 miles this morning so far. We'll see where, we just rolled over 3. I guess I'm done for that. I'll send it back to you, Jane. We're live in Bozeman. I know. Good news, huh?
I love it. Thank you so much, Chet, for everything that you're doing down there. Again, that is Chet Lehman, live in downtown Bozeman, walking for the Cancer Support Community of Montana with the help of the Bozeman Running Company. We're going to be checking back in with Chet all morning long. But in the meantime, Chet, keep up the pace. You're doing a great job. Now, it's almost been 2 years since the official launch of the 988 phone number to reach the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Now, leaders are talking about a potential change intended to make sure callers are connected to the right support as soon as possible. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Amberian has a closer look at what it could mean for Montana.
The 988 system includes more than 200 regional crisis centers across the country. Which one a caller is directed to depends on the area code of their phone, but with cell phones, that might not be the closest center. One change under consideration would be adding a geo-routing system to direct calls based on where a person is. I asked the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services if they've seen a need for that change. In 2023, DPHHS says Montana's 3 988 call centers received more than 8,000 calls. Around 90% of them were from 406 numbers within the state. Another 6% were from the 406 area code, but the caller was out of state. And in just under 3%, callers were in Montana but didn't have a 406 number, though DPHHS says about half of those were tests or other non-transactional calls. Leaders say if a call from Montana goes to another state's center, they can quickly transfer it here. They say Montana centers report a very low rate of callers hanging up, so they believe most people are staying on the line through that transfer. Last week, the Federal Communications Commission voted to move forward with a proposal that would eventually require wireless phone companies to implement a way to route 988 calls to centers based on a caller's general location, though they acknowledged it will take time, cooperation, and a holistic review to come up with a solution that works for everyone involved. If you or anyone you know is experiencing a crisis, you can call 988 24 hours a day to get connected to trained counselors. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Now to the tensions on college campuses around the country. Encampments built by protesters who are critical of Israel's war in Gaza continue, even as police have moved in to clear some of them out. Nearly 2,000 people have been arrested over the past few weeks at dozens of schools. And yesterday, President Biden rebuked the violence that has broken out at some of the protests, saying, quote, "There's the right to protest, but not the right to cause chaos." CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
Police at Portland State University in Oregon cleared out protesters who'd occupied the school's library since Monday. More than 20 arrested. Police video shows officers pushing through makeshift barricades and searching inside the graffiti-covered building. Outside, a car drove into a crowd. People nearby started pelting it with objects before the driver sprayed something out the window, jumped out, and ran away. Earlier at UCLA, chaos erupted as police moved in to clear an encampment. More than 200 taken into custody. Heavy equipment was later hauled in to help with the cleanup.
Order must prevail.
In a last-minute address, President Biden criticized the violence that's broken out at some college demonstrations over the past few days, as people have gathered to criticize Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza.
Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses. None of this is a peaceful protest.
Protesters at the University of Minnesota voluntarily started taking down their tents after the university agreed to let protesters address the Board of Regents about their demands that the school divest from Israel.
I think that it's great if the university and the protesters can meet some sort of agreement.
In Manhattan, the DA is now investigating after the NYPD says an officer accidentally fired their gun during the sweep of Hamilton Hall at Columbia University, though no one was injured. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
And the FBI released a statement regarding the protests, saying it is in close contact with state and local law enforcement and that it will share any information regarding potential threats. The agency added that it respects the rights of individuals to peacefully exercise their First Amendment rights. Now, staying on the national scene, Scripps News correspondent James Packard has more on what is next in the fight to keep TikTok after the government moves to ban the social media app.
We aren't going anywhere.
The CEO of TikTok reacting after President Joe Biden signed a law that could effectively ban the app.
This is the first time that we have seen divestment in the world of big tech.
The law requires TikTok to find a new owner, divorcing from its current owner, ByteDance, a private company based in China but subject to Chinese laws that could require them to turn over data to the Chinese government. A new owner would have to take over before the end of next January, or the app would be banned from U.S. app stores and prohibited from U.S. internet hosting services.
If I were the company, ByteDance, as the shareholder, I would try to act as soon as possible on a sale. I know that they're very unhappy about this. In the world of mergers and acquisitions, 9 months, which is easily extendable up to a year, is more than enough time. And I think that from an investment perspective and shareholder return, that could really be a win-win for everybody.
The provision is part of a foreign aid package Congress passed before President Biden signed it Wednesday. It includes aid to Ukraine and Israel.
It's a good day for America, it's a good day for Europe, and it's a good day for world peace.
The president can extend the deadline for a sale 90 days if he feels the company has made progress toward a sale. Still, the law puts the app at serious risk in its most popular country. The company has denied being an agent of China and says it will fight the law in court.
I'm pretty confident that that kind of a lawsuit will likely fail.
The facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail again.
James Packard, Scripps News, Los Angeles.
Now a little closer to home, One Valley's Give Big event is raising millions of dollars for nonprofits around Gallatin County. And our Cassidy Powers finds out how nonprofits benefit from this charity event.
This is for tonight. This is a way for us to learn the community. So our last fundraiser, we actually reached our goal of 100,000, and this year we are going for 150,000 because Greater Impact is growing.
I met up with Linda Walker, the Chief Development Officer for Greater Impact, a nonprofit that has served the Bozeman community for around 6 years.
Greater Impact exists to come alongside of people and help empower them by teaching them how to utilize our services with our hands-on.
Some of the services Greater Impact offer include 4 sober living homes, an auto body center where they teach and assist those in need of auto repair, learning centers for homeschool families, firewood delivery, and more. Greater Impact is just one of the 272 nonprofits participating in the Give Big event. So what occurs during this huge 24-hour charity celebration?
There will be live music, performances, food. There'll be nonprofit organizations there representing their organizations.
Bridget Wilkinson is the CEO of One Valley.
Our mission is to connect people who care to causes that matter to ensure that all can thrive in Gallatin County.
Since 1998, One Valley has provided financial assistance to nonprofits around Gallatin County. They started Give Big to raise money. Their first event's goal, $100,000, and they nearly doubled it. 10 years later, they have raised over $14 million.
Our goal this year is to raise $3 million for 272 nonprofits throughout Gallatin County.
Events kick off Thursday evening at Ferguson Farm and continue throughout the Gallatin County all day Friday. If nonprofits such as Greater Impact are able to reach their goal,
we would be able to utilize it for tuition for families who couldn't maybe possibly afford it, residents coming in the sober livings who don't have anything on their backs. We could repair so many vehicles and keep people safe on the road.
In Bozeman, Cassidy Powers, MTN News.
Greater Impact does so many amazing things for our community.
And there's plenty of organizations to give to.
Yep,
if
273.
Isn't that amazing?
It's incredible, absolutely incredible. In fact, Chet Lehman is out there right now running for one of those great causes, that is the Cancer Support Community of Montana. Now, we're going to be chatting with Chet in just a little bit, but first, before we do, we are going to be focusing in on, well, another beast that runs. Not just Chet Lehman.
I don't know how Chet should take that, but it'll be good.
It's a Shetland.
Oh, there you go.
And if you know anything about Shetlands, they kind of scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, they got an attitude.
They do have attitude.
They really do. Now, Kentucky Derby, everybody, that'll be kicking off tomorrow. But a lot of the different events and races are actually going to be going on today. But this is across the pond over in England. This is the Royal Windsor Horse Show.
Oh.
About 10 jockeys and their Shetland ponies, about 13 years or younger, mount on up and race their little hearts out.
That will be fun.
Look at those little things. I just think it's fun. And is it horsepower or is it Chet power?
Yeah, we've been asking that question.
I'm waiting for an answer.
Yeah.
We will get that here just shortly. When we come back, we are going to be chatting with Chet Lehman as he is running his heart out for Cancer Support Community of Montana for Give Big. We'll have that plus a look at your headlines when we